Hey guys, David back here. How's everyone doing today? Thanks for tuning in. Actually, this video is about a topic that I was messaged about from a good friend of mine who I served with in the Army as a combat medic. And her question to me was about intermittent fasting and whether, as a coach, a trainer, if I suggest it. She's trying to lose some weight and she's heard a lot of people doing it, and she had some questions about it. So I figured I would just take this time to make a video to try to inform some of you guys who might not know too much about the subject. There are a lot of videos out there, a lot of great sources of information. Dr. Lane Norton is one of them, Paul Ravella. There's just numerous people out there who I really respect, who's made some great videos on this. So I would suggest looking them up as well and following them because they're a great wealth of knowledge. But let me give you my take on intermittent fasting. I think it is a great tool. A lot of people feel that intermittent fasting is a diet, and that's not true. A diet is when you restrict calories, go into a caloric deficit, or there's a muscle building diet where you're in a caloric surplus. The thing with intermittent fasting is that your caloric needs for the day are not going to change. It's just the time frame in which you're going to eat those calories is going to be a little different. A typical intermittent fast is a 16-hour fast followed by an 8-hour eating window, which means that all the calories that you need to consume for that day will be eaten in those 8 hours. So here's a typical schedule. You eat at 8 o'clock at night, you eat your dinner at 8 o'clock at night, you sleep through the night, get up, and then you don't have your first meal again until noon, lunchtime. And then you eat however many meals you want to get your calories in from noon to 8 p.m. again that night. And then you stop. This is the easiest way to follow an intermittent fasting schedule because the majority of the time you're sleeping. So a lot of people find that this is beneficial for them. What are some benefits of intermittent fasting? Well, first of all, if you have a busy schedule, say you're a doctor, a lawyer, so that you just don't have a chance to sit down and eat every couple hours, this would be a good strategy to apply to your life. It takes a lot of stress off of having to bring meals with you and sit down every 2 hours, take a break. A lot of people just can't do that, and so this would work good for you. Some other benefits of it are that it has the ability to change your hormones, your genes, and your cell functions. Basically, when you're fasting for a while, your body is going to start eating away at the bad toxic cells in your body. What this does is it kind of clears the way and lets new healthy cells regenerate and basically cleanse your body that way. There are heart health benefits to it. There's increased fat burning and muscle building properties that are associated with intermittent fasting because it helps increase your human growth hormone, which is a good thing. I know everybody hears HGH and they think steroids, PEDs, athletes always getting busted, but human growth hormone is important. And sometimes when we keep eating and eating and eating and you're not as active, that growth hormone gets suppressed. So this is a good way to kind of reactivate it in your body. Another good thing is that it helps with insulin resistance. Many times, like I said, when people are sedentary and they just keep eating and eating, especially carbs, their body gets so used to having carbs that it stops processing it. And so it stops getting shuttled into muscle and it starts getting shuttled into your fat storage, which is where an issue with weight gain and obesity comes. One of the things that I really like about it is that it helps decrease inflammation and chronic disease. A lot of times your body goes into stress from eating, and especially if you're a bodybuilder, powerlifter, anybody that competes in a lot of high resistance training sports, endurance sports, you're always consuming food. So your body tends to get inflamed not so much from the activity that you're doing, but because it's constantly working to digest the food. So this is a good way to kind of give your digestive system a little bit of a break, let your body naturally kind of heal itself from the inside out, and just kind of make yourself a little bit more susceptible to taking in those carbs and them going towards the right areas where you want them to, which is in your muscle. A lot of people find that they have a little bit of brain clarity when they fast, probably because when you take in carbs sometimes in too much quantity, it kind of tends to bog you down. You feel tired. That's why after Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas dinners, all that stuff, you're just kind of tired. That's why first thing in the morning, it's really not the best to have a huge carbohydrate meal. It's better to stick with fats and proteins because it'll give you more of a sustained energy throughout the morning until you get to your activity time. So the brain clarity is something that a lot of people find as a positive influence with intermittent fasting. Now, going back to the insulin topic that I was talking about, there are studies out there that show that your blood sugar is reduced by 3 to 6% during an intermittent fast. That's a huge difference. I know 3 to 6% does not sound like a big difference, but that could be just the little bit of hump that you need to get over in order to start allowing your body to burn fat more instead of storing carbohydrates. Now, there are a few individuals and circumstances where I would suggest not doing intermittent fasting. Bodybuilders tend to, in my opinion, not benefit from intermittent fasting because of the amount of food and calories they need to get in during the day. Usually they have to, in order to do that, they have to spread them out over 5 to 7 meals. And this is because it's just such a large quantity that to sit down in an 8-hour window and try to get 2 or 3 meals in would be a huge amount of food to take in at one time, and it would just be so much stress on their digestive system that it wouldn't be beneficial. Another drawback of intermittent fasting could be rebound eating. And what this is basically you get hungry and then all of a sudden you start binging, you start rebounding, eating everything in sight. A lot of times, dehydration can mask itself as false hunger. And a lot of people will just turn to food instead of going to water to fulfilling that satiation that they need. So that would be another indication to not intermittent fast if you know that you have a history with binge eating or problems with food. Poor sleep is also one of those kind of foggy areas with intermittent fasting. A lot of people feel that having a meal right before bed, kind of like it calms them down. It drops their cortisol, and they sleep a little bit better. Well, if you intermittent fast and say you do it and you stop eating at say your window closes at 4 p.m. and then right before bed you're really hungry, you're probably going to not sleep very well, and that's going to throw off a lot of hormones in your body, which would negate any reason to intermittent fast. Sorry. So basically your cortisol levels would get so high that it would just screw up your hormones, screw up any potential fat burning, and go more into a fat storage mode. So, and usually, not usually, sometimes people find that when they're eating in that certain window that they have because of intermittent fasting, they don't get as many nutrients, vitamins and minerals as they need because they're looking for quantity of food at that point. So they're going to go with a lot more dense food, and they're going to kind of sometimes forget about the greens, the veggies, the fruits, all those important micronutrients that really, in my opinion, they run our body. I mean, a lot of our macronutrients wouldn't be effective without the micronutrients the vitamins, the minerals, everything that helps regulate our body. So that could be another indication why intermittent fasting would maybe not be right for you. So this is just a quick overview. Like I said, there's a lot of great people out there that I follow that have helped me throughout my life, my career, and that I really respect. Like I said at the beginning, Layne Norton, Dr. Layne Norton, Paul Ravella is one of them. There's so much wealth of knowledge out there, and I feel like too many people don't follow the science-based, evidence-based people out there on YouTube and just follow some more of the more exciting, flashy type, young, supermodel type people on YouTube, which I like them too. This is not a bash against them, but I'm just saying, as far as evidence-based, and if you're using it to kind of improve your overall health, really check out these guys and check out the information that they have out there for you. I mean, they've studied and they've spent their lives doing this, and they've put out free content for you. So I really appreciate everything they've done for me and have helped turn my life around. So check them out. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if it's been helpful, please like and subscribe and share with anybody that you think could benefit from this. If there's any other videos you'd like me to put out, please reach out to me and let me know, and I'd love to make a video on the topic. And that's really about it. Just finished up breakfast. I'm gonna get ready to take my dog out and get some work done, get a few more meals in me, and then go hit the gym later on today. So thank you again for tuning in. Thanks for following me. You can also find me on Instagram at Mathis Fitness. You can find me on Facebook at Mathis Performance Fitness. And for any coaching, for training, nutrition programming, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you and work with you in order to help you attain your goals, your specific goals, and do so in a safe and efficient manner. So thanks again. I look forward to making another video, and I always appreciate the support.